Mr. Mossad, President Trump earned about $57 million from his stake in World Liberty Financial last year, according to the most recent disclosure forms. In the last few months, World Liberty Financial launched a stablecoin, which was used by an Abu Dhabi-backed investment company for a $2 billion investment in Binance. Just before the inauguration, President Trump issued a meme coin which surged in price in May. President Trump hosted a dinner, as has been said, for the 220 biggest holders of his Trump coin, further juicing the value of that coin. About 80% of the tokens are held by Trump-affiliated entities. I don't think we should have to wonder if the President of the United States is favoring the interests of a foreign nation or a private crypto exchange like Binance, because he stands to personally profit. And that's why last month I took over the Senate floor to directly add an amendment to a piece of crypto legislation that we were considering, the so-called Genius Act, which was on the floor of the Senate. My amendment, the only Democratic amendment that was pending, would have prevented the President and the Vice President from issuing stablecoins. I would be surprised to know that there are a smaller percentage than 95% of the American people who would not have agreed with my amendment. And yet it was thrown out of the bill, and Democrats and Republicans voted for that bill without demanding that the President and the Vice President and members of Congress not issue these currencies. Today's conversation does not only address stablecoins, but the entire ecosystem of digital assets, and it is really important for us to get it right. I believe really strongly that and I believe, as again, 95% of the American people, if not 98% of the American people, would agree that the President, the Vice President, a member of Congress, high-ranking official of our government should not be in the business of issuing any cryptocurrency. Mr. Mossad, as a former federal regulator, should federal elected officials be prohibited from issuing or endorsing digital assets while they're in office?
Absolutely, Senator.
And what kind of market manipulation might result from that? We've had some discussions today about why these are like other commodities like wheat or like, well, how is it maybe different in this case?
The meme coins are a perfect example. They've been called a classic pump and dump scheme by a number of commentators. They were issued, people rushed to buy them. He made a lot of money off of that, and then the price fell, and a lot of people then had losses. And, you know, he's investing in not just a stable coin. They're now doing things with Bitcoin mining and other business ventures. So I agree with you totally. You should be limited. You should be prohibited from doing those things and required to divest.
What can you imagine any benefit to the American people of allowing the President or Vice President to speculate in this currency?
None whatsoever, Senator.
And yet the U.S. Senate has passed a bill that allows them to do it. And I offered an amendment. I had an amendment pending that said the President and Vice President shouldn't do it. I would be shocked if I lived long enough to have an amendment pending that would be more popular with the American people than the one that I had in there. And yet the Senate threw it out before they blithely passed the legislation.
We've never imagined that a president would do these kinds of things, and therefore, you know, we don't have the rules in place to prevent it, but we need them now.
I would think the industry would want these rules in place.
I think they do. They're just afraid to say it.
Why are they afraid to say it?
Because they're afraid that it might hurt their business interest. I've had so many people in the crypto industry come up and tell me that.
Well, we're going to have to figure out, as the elected leadership of this nation, to do better than that somehow.
I would agree, Senator. If you don't do it, who will?
Exactly. Mr. Chairman, thank you very much. I'll submit my other questions for the record, but I think you've shed some important light here. Thank you.